Sorry about that. I had a client come in, so we're going to do this in a two-part video. So we talked about the verb conjugations. Now we're going to jump into the sentences down below. And it's, again, the same situation that we had before. Fill in the blanks and then translate the sentence off to the right. And that's just going to count as practice and replace your quiz grades for this week. So, and we'll talk more, but there's going to be a total for the quiz grades this week, obviously, of 12 points. And then we'll just, your first lesson that I sent you was worth 4. Each one of these sheets will be worth 4. And then there will be a few additional activities that I'll ask you to do. So, number 1 of the sentences, and I'll repeat it twice, and then, like I said, just translate it off to the side. And it's not always going to be verbs and stuff, obviously. Sorry. All right. Number 1. Tú hablas con tu abuela cada semana. Tú hablas con tu abuela cada semana. Number 2. Ella no percibe la verdad de los hombres. Ella no percibe la verdad de los hombres. There's 2 words there. Number 3. Él aguanta el perro porque es bonito. Él aguanta el perro porque es bonito. Number 4. Yo no toco la guitarra, pero sí toco el piano. Yo no toco la guitarra, pero sí toco el piano. Number 6. Me gusta comer la sandía. Me gusta comer la sandía. Number 7. Corro cada mañana porque estoy gordito. Corro cada mañana porque estoy gordito. And the last one. ¿Por qué insistes llamar a tu abuela cada semana? ¿Por qué insistes llamar a tu abuela cada semana? Okay, so each one of those sentences, fill in the blanks. You can, scoot the video back to be able to listen to the sentences again if you need to, then translate them. I strongly recommend, too, with the pronunciation, if you got a little bit of spare time, to go back through these sentences as I'm saying them once you get them filled in, and repeat them and practice the pronunciation of the sentences. That's going to help your ear to get used to hearing the words and seeing them visually, just kind of like what we've done with videos, music videos in the past. Okay, now for the last section, there's going to be sentences that you're going to hear in Spanish. I'll be using ER and IR verbs, and I listed there the verbs that we're going to use. So pay close attention and write them down just like we do on the test in English. Okay, and I recommend you write them down in Spanish, maybe up above or something, or off to the side real quick. And I kept them short, but just so that you can practice listening, hearing the verb conjugations as they come through, and then do that with some of the other words as you go through it. I want to give you a list of, I don't want to give you 30 sentences to practice the conjugations multiple times, but okay. So, and the verbs that I mentioned: vivir, to live; comer, to eat; recibir, to receive; prometer, to promise. Okay, and I'll use those 4 verbs in these 5 sentences. Okay. Number 1. ¿Tú vives en Shelby? It's a question. ¿Tú vives en Shelby? ¿Tú vives en Shelby? Number 2. Yo recibo cartas cada semana. Yo recibo cartas cada semana. Yo recibo cartas cada semana. Okay. You'll notice the word cartas in there. You might have to look that one up. C-A-R-T-A-S. Cartas. Number 3. Ella come muchas fresas. Ella come muchas fresas. Ella come muchas fresas. That last word, fresas, F-R-E-S-A-S. another word you're going to have to look up. I don't think we've gone over that with any of our vocab words. And since this is for the three classes, we're just doing additional vocab words. Number 4. Nosotros prometemos hablar español. Nosotros prometemos hablar español. Nosotros prometemos hablar español. And the last one. Ellos viven dentro de los Estados Unidos. Ellos viven dentro de los Estados Unidos. Ellos viven dentro de los Estados Unidos. Okay? Recognize one of those is very close to one of our prepositions, one of those words. And the last one, Estados Unidos. You have to look that one up. Maybe if you've heard it before, I'll say it's related to countries, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, so that's it. Concludes this lesson number 2. Again, make sure you have your sentences filled out with the blanks. Your last 5 sentences at the end of this sheet written down in English, and if you had to write them down in Spanish, obviously it's practice for the test. And make sure you have the sentences up above translated as well. Beyond these lessons, again, I'll probably post an additional video or 2 that I'm going to ask you to look at or read, but this will be the bulk of the homework that I'm going to ask you to do, besides the lesson that I gave you, the stuff, kind of the practice sheet that I gave you last Friday, and I had to resend out on Sunday because I know some people had troubles downloading the attachment. So that's it. Have a great rest of the week. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope you get a lot of candy if you're going out trick-or-treating. And that's it. We'll see you next week.